Just doing a little smoking, y'all, because I haven't done that today yet. A little cleanse. Oh, Lord. It feels surreal to be here with you. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether you're able to tune in live or if you are watching after the fact, that's completely fine. Today's video is a predictions video, what I usually do over here. But I haven't done one for you in months. I think it's been months. I haven't double checked. It feels like a really long time. We're having a look at what you can expect in the month of December specifically. And I'm going to start with Capricorn. If you've seen my short that I put up, I did do a little brief, I wouldn't say intro, but kind of like just a quick reading into the key theme that each earth sign is going to likely experience in December. And a lot of the themes were very similar. That's why I like to do these readings by the element, because I think there can be crossover. And in some cases, you know, like Virgo, for example, was very different. It kind of had all the signs plus a little bit of air energy because Virgo has connections to Mercury. So I hope that in this big element reading, you're able to get messages that will be helpful and that just set you up for success in December. I'm using the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck, and I do still have my oracle deck here. This is the, wait, what is it called? Might just leave it here for Herbal Astrology Oracle by Adriana, Ayales. I'm quite late today for me. I was expecting to be here by like 8:30. I set the stream for 9 o'clock. I apologize for being late. It's been a crazy couple of months, and this being my second channel, I just post on here whenever I can. So I chose to start with y'all because hopefully we can get your predictions done early, and then we'll finish with the signs that I got to do last month as well. Sorry to stop you and to stop the stream, but I can hear my washing machine beeping because it's out of balance. I'll be right back. I feel like a little bit of a headless chook this morning, so I did smoke the energy to try to clear out my mad rush to be here. And with that being said, it usually has something to do with what I'm reading for today. So I'm a little bit, well, I did do your brief reading, so I kind of know what to expect, but let's go straight into Capricorn, and we'll have a look at what Capricorn can expect in the month of December. Hi Trish, it's so lovely to see you. Thank you for dropping in. I'm going to try to acknowledge the chat whenever I can. Spirit, please tune me into Capricorn's energy. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, or those with strong Capricorn placements. What can they expect in the month of December 2025? What is their key theme? Oh, okay. Oh, we have harmony. Now, I did just finish my coffee, so I apologize for the caffeine shakes, but they are here with us today. We have Yarrow harmony. I'm just checking the camera to make sure that you can see, and luckily I checked because you couldn't. There. So on this card, it is more of like a Libra card. It has strong ties to the 7th house, Capricorn. Ooh, listen to my voice change. The month of December for Capricorn is about staying grounded, not like how I started this reading. Learn from me. It is about trying to find ways to flow with the curveballs, because regardless of whether you are planning a big month, whether your birthday is in December, whether you are celebrating the holidays this year or not, it feels like things are kind of coming left field in a way where naturally we can't plan and prepare for everything. So by making sure that you keep your head and stay grounded when you can, you're going to be able to manage those curveballs a lot better. Now, this card specifically talks about relationships. I think that in December, a relationship in your life is hitting a point of tension. Does it have to end? No, but we'll have a look with tarot what that means for this relationship, whether it's platonic, whether it's romantic. And I also think that this is about contracts, loans, any money that you may owe. I did pick up in your shorts reading that I posted last week that you're likely to overspend in December. And I think that for some of you, you haven't even set a budget. So be very careful about spending money that you don't have in December, because it's more than just trying to make up for it in the new year. It's about how that affects your mentality. And if you have Capricorn placements, you are very good at managing money, borrowing money, paying it off. But if you can't meet certain financial obligations, that's going to impact how you see yourself. It's going to impact how you feel. It's going to impact your mood. Don't be a moody Capricorn this Capricorn season. The best way you can mitigate those mood swings is by being more aware of what you're agreeing to do, whether that's overspending, overcommitting your time, over planning something. I would say less is more for you, sweet soul. Don't overdo it is what I'm probably going to end up putting in your caption. Don't overdo it. So let's kind of break this energy down now, shall we? I think that's taking up too much space. It's actually supposed to be festive, but it's kind of distracting. So hopefully that's all right. These are decorations I'm supposed to put in my home soon. I'm just waiting for the kids to come home so they can help, but I don't know if that's going to be helpful. We've talked about this card though. Let's not waste time. It took you this long to get here. Look at the bottom deck energy, patience. Wow, okay. So I do think that this is very similar to what we felt in the YouTube shorts. So we'll get into the specifics, shall we? But this is coming back to us. Patience. Look at what we have at the top here. Your ruler, Saturn, with more Venus energy. And it's, got a lot of symbols. So keep an eye out for these animals, these colors. I don't know if you have yarrow where you live. We don't really have it in Australia. It's more of a weed. Sorry for my caffeine shakes. It's pretty extreme this morning. But we do have baby's breath. We've got some native plants that look like this plant here. So keep an eye out for those natural symbols, those white birds. This is more of a heron, but you might have like a stork or some other long-necked white bird, swans even. These symbols seem to be a big part of the energy. Like these animal symbols, these plant symbols are a big part of the energy that you are experiencing in December. And it's also a big part of the healing process, of the grounding process. By interacting with your environment and staying present, you're going to be able to feel better about whatever comes your way. I don't want to tell you to have patience. Let's just get tarot out and figure out why this card is coming out. Spirit saying your patience is being tested. I don't think this is happening in December. I think you've been feeling like your patience is being tested. I think that's been happening. So let's figure out what is going on with tarot. All right, Spirit. Hi, Adriana. Welcome. Wow, that is really cool. Oh my gosh, almost felt the same too. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you're well as well. Let's have a look. Spirit, what is going on for Capricorn in terms of this relationship energy? What relationship is being tested? Okay. Platonic or romantic, Spirit? I will show you these cards. I'm not just ignoring you. I just want to figure out what's going on here. This could likely be a friendship, but It's, yeah, it's probably more of a friend than anything. Oh, wow. A backstabbing friend. Okay. Goodness. I might just have to describe the nature of it, and then I'll let you ascertain whether this is romantic or not. It's showing up as a platonic friendship that at times has felt very like backstabbing, very up and down. You may have been thinking of this friend again. You're probably in no contact. They are likely to reach out in December, and you have to decide whether or not you want to start communication with them again. It does feel like December is not supposed to be about this person, but rather them coming back around kind of puts everything into perspective. It makes you really think about who you are now, what you've been through in the past, where you're headed to currently, the goals that you have for yourself, the aspirations that you're building, the people in your life. And it also just puts into perspective how far you've come in terms of healing and communicating. Because I think you're in a better place, Capricorn. You're a better communicator. You're a better, you don't let people affect you as much as they used to. This person has the way of getting under your skin. This is the card that clarified if they were romantic or platonic. The Eight of Wands indicates this was somebody who things got pretty heated with. You spent a lot of time and energy with them. It was mostly exciting. At times it could have even felt a little bit like you were kind of joint at the hip, you know, like just really, I'm hearing thick as thieves, two peas in a pod, one and the same, you know, doing a lot of different things together, being associated together as well. Some people only know of you because of them. Some people only know of them because of you. So it could have felt very exciting, but with the Eight of Wands reverse, this relationship could not continue. And again, it's feeling more like a friendship, but take it if it resonates as romantic. You kind of left things at a dead end. It wasn't just like we stopped talking. It was like something fell through quite largely. Like someone said they were going to do something that they didn't. And it feels like it was very much an abrupt break. Like you just went from being around each other all the time to almost never getting to see each other. And there's a strong sense of being left on red, like a conversation never actually happening, an excuse being made, or kind of like dancing around the topic. Even if you directly ask them point blank, like what's going on, you're not acting the same, or if it was you that was doing this and they asked you, I feel like you never really addressed it. And so when an Eight of Wands feels reversed, it feels very frustrating, but it also feels like a can of worms. And if we do address it now, we could be making matters worse. So it's at the point where, like, do you just let bygones be bygones, or is it worth bringing it up? And I'm hearing, why do you always bring up old shit? So maybe this is something that somebody else brings up to you and says, hey, what happened to so-and-so? Or somebody might be in their ear saying, hey, what happened to so-and-so? Why don't you talk to Capricorn anymore? Now, I do feel like with the Four of Swords reverse, there's not a lot happening here. For the most part, this is an undercurrent. This is like resembling you having that perspective, right? It's not supposed to define your whole month. You're the most profound person in the month of December in your life, Capricorn. But this person, this connection, and the way it is now resembles how your life has changed. It resembles the fact that you are at a crossroads, and in December, you're realizing that you can't continue doing certain things that you were doing. You've got to make big decisions, and even the little decisions are feeling big because they have big long-term repercussions or actions associated. So you've got some choices to make that involve leaving your past life behind, and moving forward with the right people. Beneath the Two of Swords is the Three of Swords, so this isn't easy. Your choices affect others, and this is also relating to you being able to embrace opportunities, to create, to have a new sense of purpose in your life, to feel inspired, to have outlets, to be more connected and creative, and to feel more of a flow in your life instead of stagnant and stressed and overworked. So this connection, there is a relationship here that has the opportunity to be addressed, but it resembles the bigger picture because these two cards chose to come out not long after the Eight of Wands and the Four of Swords. So I think that this person, look, I don't know if they're actually supposed to be an important part of your life right now. Ten of Swords, you're not really talking with them much anyway. In December, there is an opportunity to have a healing conversation, but sometimes walking away is everything you need to do, right? Choosing to move forward with the right people is everything. The Six of Swords doesn't mean you need to talk about it. The Six of Swords means you need to move forward. You need to find a way to move forward. And with the Ten of Swords upright, you know, this is the chance to end a cycle once and for all and to really leave that pain in the past. We don't need to forget, but you're going to have to find resolution. And I don't even want to mention the F word, forgiveness, because I don't think it's about that. I think it's about resolution, peace of mind, and feeling baggage free as you move forward, which is really why we have the Ten of Wands reverse. This relationship is being assessed for the fact of you may have assumed that it wasn't really affecting you as much as it is. And in December, you're realizing, oh my gosh, there's still energy here. There's still like an anchor here that's pulling me back. And I want to figure that out and try to get through that, address that before it gets worse in the new year, because I've got so much more to look forward to. Oh, my computer just made a noise. On top of that, sweet souls, I'm getting more messages about money here. Now, sorry, I just needed to wipe my nose. When I channel, my nose just runs. When it comes to finances, I really feel like December is giving you the chance to make some positive changes to your money, to reassess how much you're taking on financially, and to look at ways to balance out what you owe with what you're spending and what you're aspiring to do. But let's have a look at money really quickly with tarot. I want to be specific. So really, when it comes to that relationship, sorry, before we move on, this patience card is talking about how you've been patient. This situation feels somewhat cold in that you didn't think it was still affecting you. In December, it resurfaces to remind you of how the end of the year also symbolizes the end of cycles and the start of new things. So by thinking about this person and them even popping back up, you have the chance to really move forward, whether that's through a conversation or simply taking actions that cut ties to your past anchors, to these energetic baggages, and really clearing out your karmic wardrobe so that you can move forward and feel like those lessons have been learned. You're not going to repeat them. When it comes to finances, Spirit, what is going on for Capricorn in December? Okay. Oh, all right. It is reversed. Are we going to take this reverse, Spirit? Yeah, it's got to be reversed. So the Wheel of Fortune. What else, Spirit? We also have the Three of Pentacles when it comes to finances. What is going on? Oh, the Chariot card. Do we have any financial... I can't say that legally. Legally, I'm not allowed to say that, y'all. Seek professional advice when it comes to your finances. But is there any spiritual advice when it comes to their money, their career that you have for Capricorn? That was my Libra North Node coming in like, excuse me, be careful. We have the King of Wands reversed. So at the back of the deck, look at that. We got the Queen of Wands as well. These two are a pair, naturally. But when I hold them, actually, how would they have been sitting? Yeah, if I put this down, they would have been facing each other, which is interesting. This is how they look to me. They're like facing each other, but they're both reversed. So I think when it comes to money, try not to get too carried away. You're allowed to have big ideas. You should always have something to look forward to in life. December is one of those months, hey, like where we get carried away. There's so much consumerism. There's so much festive holiday cheer. And if you've got that sentimental streak in you, like it's easy to get swept up in it. But when it comes to taking on too much, it is likely that your plans and your efforts feel rushed, impulsive, and lack proper planning. Although the ideas are there and the intention is there, it's not going to be executed in the right way. And it could end up backfiring to where, you know, people feel very let down by you, or they're going to feel like you just didn't deliver in their expectations. Now, financially, this is something to be very careful about, because if you do push yourself above and beyond to meet other people's expectations and to meet your own, let's be honest, this is your own expectations as well, you are going to hit that Capricorn burnout in December. I think a lot of Capricorns do, but you are definitely going to hit it if you don't find a way to manage it better. Now, with that being said, if you've got things that need to happen, please have an aftercare plan. Like, how are you going to take care of yourself after you push yourself to your limit? What does getting out of burnout and recovering from burnout look like for you? And just make sure, because it's not always realistic for me to say, don't hustle, like you've got bills to pay, fair enough, but make sure that you're aware of what you're doing to your body, to the relationships around you, whether they're professional relationships, personal relationships. And if it's got to do with creativity, you know, is burnout really helpful? Because it's going to block your creative spirit. Now, aside from that, sweet souls, there's a lot of determination here with the Chariot in the middle. Although energetically you're pushed to your limits, there's also this feeling here of being very determined, of your work ethic just really kicking in. That Saturn ruler comes in and is like, if you really want to do this, you can. So it's up to you to figure out, is this the right thing to do for me in December? When it comes to your finances, this looks like you being able to really put in that effort to get the money that you need for the goal that you have, being able to really muster up, you know, a reasonable amount of effort and willpower after you feel like you were ready to rest and go on vacation, and then somebody says, oh, wait a minute, you have to fix this and the deadline's by tonight. So it's this strong feeling of just because you can doesn't mean you should, you know what I mean? I do see the Chariot as a chance for you to move away from this as well, to not focus on what you're feeling, whether it's burnout, whether it's feeling like your expectations are too big. The Chariot could be a physical chance for you to get away, for you to use your money to create a sentimental experience with loved ones. You and some close loved ones, like a family getaway, or could be like a friend miss, you know, with your core loved ones. You just enjoying that moment and executing it perfectly at the time. Now, here comes some of your advice with your finances. Please work with people. Delegate. Ask for help. Collaborate. Whether it's about time, money. This isn't about loans. This is about all putting in for that trip because you're all going to be there. Why does Capricorn have to pay and plan everything? You know what I mean? If this is about even just an office Christmas party, Don't let it fall on your shoulders financially, especially. Collaborate, ask for help, make it a group effort, and make sure that you're spreading that load good ways. That sounds a little bit sus, but just asking for help and having the right people around you to work with you. And this is also sometimes about getting advice. So remember at the beginning I said, oh, I'm not allowed to say that I'm going to give you financial advice. So maybe that was a little hint as well, because the Three of Pentacles is not about always being the best. It's about recognizing that other people are better or more qualified than you, and you can learn from them. There's nothing wrong with asking for their advice, their support, their help. More hands the better. Two heads are better than one. All of those cliches are really coming through with this card. Logistically, it's going to make your finances run a lot smoother, whether it's about staying on budget or making your time and planning for things work better in December. Too many hands make light work, and two heads are better than one. Now, this card came out first, Capricorn. I wanted to address it last because I wanted to figure out how it fits in. I think it's actually connected to the horsetail card, your patience card. And what it's showing me is that, so this is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. When it comes to your finances, it feels like things aren't going to, this isn't the month to make money. This is the month to redirect how you make money. And this is the month to spend money on the things that have a heartfelt association. So with the Wheel of Fortune reversed and this patience card here, just keep track of where your money's going, how you're spending it, and if it is for sentimental purposes, if it is for, some sort of big plan that you've been waiting for and hoping for, just make sure you're not getting too carried away, because the Wheel of Fortune reversed is saying that in December, it could really affect how you feel about yourself and how you recover from burnout if you've spent too much on things that don't feel important. Once the December sort of energy has worn off and that holiday season wears off, those sort of fun, festive vibes wear off, you might take it really hard and go, why did I spend that much money on that situation? Why did I put that much time into that project? I really should have just done this. I should have done that. I should have listened to this person, blah, blah, blah. So Wheel of Fortune with the patience card, make sure that you don't get too carried away, too wrapped up in the moment, financially speaking. Do what you can to follow the plan. When things don't go according to plan, make sure you're spending on things that have a purpose or a meaning, so that you don't take it too hard post-holiday season. I think that you might be having a big birthday, or there could be some sort of milestone, or you're just saving money for some sort of goal, and it just feels like once you hit that burnout point, you're going to take that as part of your penance, when really you just need to rest, recharge, and look after yourself post-burnout. Okay, let's just have a quick look at love, and then I gotta move on. I've been talking for so long already, and we haven't even hit the second sign yet. Spirit, for Capricorn, what is happening in romance in December? What is happening in love and romance for Capricorn in December? Oops. Oh. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. What is happening in love and romance for Capricorn, please, Spirit? We also have the Ace of Swords reversed. Goodness. And we have the Queen of Wands showing up again, this time upright. I'm going to take those three, and now let's have a look at your bottom deck energy, the Knight of Swords reversed. Okay, might have a quick sip of my tea because I feel like I need to balance out the caffeine in my bloodstream. This is an ashwagandha tea, so it is good to kind of keep you alert without, that buzz of coffee. I usually drink it in the afternoon, but I thought it would be a good energy to have for this live stream. We'll see if I regret that. Capricorn, to finish your reading with romance, the Knight of Swords at the back of the deck. Spirit, is there anything else you want to add before I keep going? Yeah, the Knight of Swords at the back of the deck. To me, this is the number that came out, 12th house. It feels like another caution, like slow down, don't rush ahead, don't get impulsive. There's this rushing sort of moment in love where you may feel like the best thing to do is kind of move forward quickly while you've got the energy, while you've got the passion, while you've got the right clothes on. Like maybe you're really feeling yourself in December and going like, oh, well, I look really good. I feel really good. I feel really confident about myself. This seems like it's going to be in my best interest. I feel like this is about not rushing into a relationship if you're single, not rushing into serious commitments, because this is the same message we had in your finances as well. Like it was in the shorts part of your video, there was this strong feeling of don't rush into a serious commitment because you're likely to overcommit or overspend or overdo it. And I think this is the same thing that we're seeing in your love life. Your love life may be a way of escaping from everything else, whether you're single, in a relationship, in a situationship, actively dating different people. Your love life feels like an escape. It boosts your self-esteem. You're feeling very attractive, magnetic, and you're getting attention as well. Whether you are seeing someone or not, you're getting attention, you're receiving compliments, people are noticing you, but you need to try to find a way to stay grounded and level-headed amidst that, because putting too much on someone too soon does backfire. December is about you, sweet souls. Like you've got Capricorn energy for a reason. It's Capricorn season. It is about you, but continue to make it about you. Try to keep that attention on self in a healthy way. And we already saw how you're going to have your mood swings because you're feeling very pushed and stressed, and that's a sign that you need to ask for help, collaborate, delegate, and have your moments to ground yourself as well. Try not to get too carried away with other people's chaos, because that's a point of deflection from what you've got going on. The 12th house coming out makes me think that your love life is really about noticing how things are coming full circle and seeing that perspective as a chance to end certain cycles and start new cycles. Over here, we have Jupiter and Cancer. Now, Jupiter is showing up reversed, and to me, that's a sign of that Wheel of Fortune reversed once again. December is an opportunity to experience things, but don't get too carried away, because if you do too much, if you spend too much, if you give too much, it feels like it takes so much longer to get it back, whether it's energy, money, or time. You end December feeling burnt out and needing desperately to turn the tables around and recharge. So when it comes to love, there's some beautiful moments here where you may even be temporarily connecting with someone really exciting if you're single, where you may be really enjoying somebody's company. If you're in a relationship, this is you and your partner, wanting things to move forward. If you're seeing multiple people, this is you really feeling like someone is taking you seriously or being seriously interested in you. But it also feels like it's a matter of circumstance. Give it time to show itself for what it really is, because I would just strongly encourage you to enjoy the moment without getting too carried away. It's the same message, I think. I feel like I'm just repeating myself there. Is there anything else Capricorn needs to know before we move forward? 35 minutes, and I feel like we've just literally covered that same message. Enjoy yourself, but don't get too carried away. Is there anything else, Spirit? So the Swords reversed. When an ace is reversed, it usually means like a resurfacing idea. It's like this Ace of Swords reversed is this idea that's, you've already had it and it's coming back. And you have the chance to look at it again and go, should I do something with this idea? I'm curious, I'm a little interested, but I don't know if I should do something. And that's where the Knight of Swords reversed is saying, you know, you can entertain the idea, but don't get too carried away because it won't be something that you can fully get a grip on in December. Your love life is about having an outlet without taking on too much responsibility. And that's really why we started with this Nine of Pentacles in the first place, because the month is about you, but it's also about you focusing on staying grounded instead of feeling like everything's stacked against you and you've once again taken too much on and overcommitted yourself. That's what I'm seeing. It feels quite realistic. I'm sorry it's not probably ideal, but hopefully it prepares you for the month ahead. Look after yourself, Capricorn. Have a beautiful December. Enjoy your time with your loved ones and delegate so that you don't get too stressed, so you can enjoy those moments. And I will see you in January. Let's have a look at Taurus now, Spirit. What can Taurus expect in the month of December? What can Taurus expect in the month of December, please, Spirit? Oh, here we go. Blue Lotus energy. So this is the number 5, and it also says intuition. Yeah. We have the sun and the moon on the Blue Lotus card, which does make it quite unique. It's not something that we see on any of the other cards in this deck. Now, Blue Lotus to me really brings you into this sense of balance. As a Taurus, you have feminine and masculine qualities, just like the sun and the moon on this card. You've got to find ways to balance those qualities to make the most out of this month. Now, this card has a very similar energy to the YouTube Shorts video that I did. You got your Empress energy in that video, and I feel like this is what we're picking up on here. You kind of choosing to be a little withdrawn in December so that you can feel more in control, more balanced, and more aware. This feels like you trying not to let other people get the best of you. You're also trying not to get carried away by other people and what they're doing. You're trying not to get carried away by their ideas, and it feels like you're trying not to let the holiday season distract you from your sense of self and also purpose. There's some goal that you're very focused on in December and you feel very driven towards making it happen. At the back of the deck is Ayahuasca, the rebirth card, which also has Pluto, Jupiter, Neptune, and the number 50 on it. It is reversed. I think that you're waiting for something to happen. December might just be about waiting for the new year. Like you've got some big plans, you've got some things that you're just sort of waiting for. And what it's reminding me of is, you know how I don't know what it's like in other countries actually, but in Australia, the end of the year is our big break. Like we have a 6-week shutdown. And for government services, like some of them stay closed that whole 6-week holiday period. They don't reopen until like mid-January, some of them. And so you have to kind of get things sorted. And then if you got to do anything else afterwards, you have to wait for that service to open up again before you can get in contact and figure it out. It's a lot better now because of technology, but that's what this makes me think of, is like I need to wait until it opens up again, and then I'll be able to get back into my routine and get the ball rolling and tick that box. So you end the year with a sense of direction and purpose. And the end of the year, December, really just feels like a chance for things to settle, for you to relax, for you to indulge. You're looking forward to the chance to really just be in your Venus energy. But let's have a look at what Tarot has to say about your December month in general. Spirit, why is this the energy in Taurus's December month? What is happening in Taurus's December month? We have the Five of Pentacles. So some of you are feeling left out. You're not choosing to be alone. You're not choosing to withdraw. You're actually feeling isolated. You're feeling like people have sort of left you out of things, or you're at a distance from your loved ones and you're just trying to make the most out of what you have. Six of Swords reversed. Yeah, you may have actually avoided somebody. So I'm talking like it's already happened. We're doing a prediction reading. So it is likely that in December, with the Six of Swords here, someone may have said, Taurus, why don't you come spend time with me for the holiday season? Why don't you come this way? Why don't we do that together? But instead of being able to do that, you've decided like, ugh, I kind of just want to do this. And it could feel like you didn't really give them a proper explanation, or that they're waiting to give you an explanation. But there are some people that you are avoiding, like you're isolating from them because you feel isolated. So you're just making it more sort of pronounced in the holiday season. Now, it doesn't feel like a tit for tat from your perspective, but I can see how other people are getting that impression. Like, really, I got really busy and I forgot to message you back, so now you won't return any of my calls. So take that as it resonates. Hi, Shadesway. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm glad the ayahuasca resonates personally. That's beautiful. And hello from Australia. It is so crazy that you're tuning in all the way from Peru. Still in the southern continent or southern hemisphere, just different continents. The other card that just came out for you, Taurus, is the Knight of Cups reversed. So I do feel like you're pretending like there's not hard feelings, but there is. And you're just making the most out of this situation. I'm hearing in my head, who hurt you? So what is happening here in December for Taurus, Spirit? Two of Cups reversed. Yeah, it feels like a friend or some sort of partner that you're not on the same page as anymore. Page of Cups reversed. I think you are missing them in December. And I feel like they're missing you, but it doesn't feel easy to bridge that gap. You feel, I want to say, socially isolated, but you also feel like a conversation isn't enough. Like maybe you were hoping to meet up in person, and that plan doesn't seem to happen. It doesn't go the way that you had hoped it would. Meeting up with this person feels like it doesn't either happen, or even when it does happen, it doesn't help you feel better. And so what I think is going to happen in December is you're spending a lot of time trying to self-soothe, self-regulate, just be kind of socially selective so that you don't get your hopes up when people can't be there for you. And I do think that socially, it's either a family group or a friend group, but you just don't feel included. You feel like they're doing what they want to do, and so you've got to figure out what you're going to do. And you look with the Two of Cups reversed and the Page of Cups reversed, there's this strong sense of, I'm just not on the same page as them. They don't feel the same way as me about the things that I enjoy doing. They're not interested in what I'm interested in. We're not kind of focusing on the same areas of our lives. And I don't feel like it's bad, but I think if you think about it for too long, it makes you feel sad. I don't know if this happened naturally, Spirit, No, it was like a defining moment where it feels like you had to stand up for what you believe and they felt like you were going against them. Goodness, Taurus, what is going on? Page of Cups reverse. This is you sitting in that energy, right? Your Empress energy, your masculine and feminine energy, and trying to show others that you're not someone to be walked all over. You're not really trying to prove a point, except that your feelings matter. And you want people around you to take you more seriously. You don't want to be someone who's just sort of a backup option. And you don't want to feel like people aren't making time for you, making effort for you. So similar kind of moodiness to what we felt with Capricorn, but you're channeling it into yourself and you're going, I'm not going to let this get the best of me, but this is how I'm feeling in December. This is the undercurrent. And if somebody asks me and expects a genuine answer, this is my genuine answer. If the wrong person tests me, these feelings come up stronger. So let's have a look at how this is affecting the other areas of your life. We'll do what we did for Capricorn, and we're going to look at finances and love. But I just want to figure out well-being real quick. Spirit, what is Taurus's like priority in December? What will they be focusing on? Okay, Page of Swords reversed. Distracting yourself, yeah, and trying not to let things get the best of you emotionally. So you are working on a personal goal. You are working on your money. You're working on your practical sort of opportunities to feel more successful and to have a goal that you can work towards in the short term that keeps you on track, that helps you feel more grounded, more like a beautiful Taurus who's thriving. But really what's happening is you're also trying to distract yourself from pettiness, from reacting, from saying or doing something that you might regret, and from feeling triggered by other people's said behavior, pettiness, and saying things just to kind of trigger and react. With the Knight of Cups reversed, I can't help but feel like you're pretending not to care as much as you do. But it's a strategy. It's a self-preservation strategy. Reining in your masculine desire to react with your feminine, but also your masculine's trying to stand up for your feminine because you don't want to be walked all over. So yeah, that's where this card comes back. Blue Lotus, masculine and feminine energy of intuitively feeling your way through the month. Spirit, what is going on for Taurus's finances and career in December? Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles coming out. What is going on for Taurus's finances and career in December? We also have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. One more card. Whoa, we're going to take... Actually, no, I'm just going to reshuffle. That's crazy. That's way too much. Can I get some more cards for Taurus, please, Spirit? We have the Six of Pentacles. So look at all these pentacles. Literally, look at all these pentacles. Three of Pentacles at the back of the deck. So Taurus, I feel like overall, December is a good month for you financially. You're not... taking on the same message as Capricorn. You do need to look out for your money. I think we all do in the holiday season, right? Overspending is a thing. But I can see you actually paying off certain debts and feeling more settled, feeling like you're on the right track and, you know, bills are paid to the point where you could even be thinking about taking on a new loan, being in the financial position to give to others and to take on a different kind of investment opportunity. It feels like a positive chance to really look at your finances as something that is growing, that is heading somewhere. And, you know, what are we going to do about that in the future? now that things are a little bit more settled, now that we have certain things paid off, what's our next step? Where does this take us? Are we just going to keep doing this, right? Are we just going to keep putting money into that savings account? Are we just going to keep, paying our bills and spending this on that? Or do we come up with a new plan? So December is a month where you try to figure out, with the Knight of Pentacles, what kind of plan should we have, long-term but short-term. Because you're a Taurus, I would encourage you to focus on the short term, the next 3 to 6 months, with a longer goal, long-term goal in mind. But sometimes those long-term goals are hard for you to stick to because you need to get your head around a routine and an achievable, gratifying short-term goal that makes that long-term goal more digestible. With the Three of Pentacles reversed, I think this is a good month to reevaluate some of your working relationships, what you're spending money on, who you're spending money on. I think in December you're finding ways to be more, I want to say selfish, but it's not in a bad way. It's in the, sorry, I didn't realize how high I was holding that card. Let me pull it down. It's in the kind of way where you're self-focused because you should be. Because other people need to focus on themselves. You've got to think about yourself, your loved ones, your household, your personal goals, your personal achievements. So financially, with the Three of Pentacles, we're redirecting. That's a good month to go, okay, so, I've hit that milestone, or I've hit that goal, or I've, reached a fairly balanced, harmonious place. Where to from here? And I see you pulling out of a mutual agreement, like going, oh, it's not in my best interest to be a part of this group anymore, to pay for this subscription anymore, to be in this person's loyalty program. Or it could be like small changes like that, but it's representative of you focusing your attention and your money back on your own personal financial goals. So that's what I'm seeing with your money. Let's have a look at your love life now. Spirit, what is happening in love for Taurus? In the month of December, what is happening in love for Taurus? Oh, we have the Six of Cups coming out. We also have the Eight of Pentacles. My computer is very far behind the live stream, so I'm sorry if anything gets cut off. I'm trying to make sure you can see every card, but I didn't realize before that Three of Pentacles was way out of frame. We also have the Ten of Pentacles, which is a really nice energy on top of everything else. Can we get another card just to confirm their love life? What is happening in romance, Spirit? Wow. Capricorn energy reversed. The Devil reversed. Getting out of a trapped feeling when it comes to love, when it comes to romance, when it comes to your ideas of love. So at the back of the deck, we have the Page of Swords. I'm just going to make sure that you can see that before I get too carried away like I did last time. I'm pretty sure that's in frame. Yeah, cool. All right, so Page of Swords upright. We did talk about this reversed in a different context. So bringing it into your love life, Taurus, you have every reason to be socially selective, because when it comes to love, there's a lot of promising signs, themes, and experiences here in December. It looks like a lot of you are already either in really committed relationships, or you're focusing on finding someone who's going to give you that long-term, soul-satisfying relationship that can grow with you as you pivot and sort of lay down roots. Now, the thing is, it does feel like there's things happening in your personal life and with your money that could create a change in routine and a change in lifestyle in 2026. I can't believe we're going to be in 2026 next year. So when it comes to love, you're looking for someone who's able to be open-minded, curious, and interested in this possible change that you're going through. If you're single, I do think that you're going to meet someone who starts to tick a lot of your boxes. And in December, you're spending time with them to figure out, you know, how serious are they? And it's also December, it's holiday season. So it's going to be a little bit tricky to work around, you know, family time and all of that. But it does feel like if you're single, you are seeing someone in front of you who's showing signs of being able to tick a lot of those long-term boxes. If you're in a relationship, I do see you and your partner talking more about what this new lifestyle or new routine could look like in 2026, and trying to just sort of take it one conversation at a time. There are some logistical things that need to be figured out, but I think with the 8 of Pentacles reversed and the 10 of Pentacles upright, the only reason this is happening is because it would be good in the long term. So rather than get too carried away with all the details and making it a perfect, smooth sort of transition, we're just trying to make sure that these conversations are about that long term, about the success long term. And that same sort of logic can be applied to the singles who are talking to people and meeting people. Having conversations to check, you know, are we on the same page about the big picture stuff? Do we have the same values, and do we want the same future? Do we want the same relationship? And so I think for these cards to be here, these 3 especially, the Devil, the 10 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, Taurus, your love life in December is about feeling empowered, in control, feeling like you're not forcing anyone to be with you, you're not feeling forced to be with someone. Whoever you choose to love and have in your love life, first of all, they're chosen by you, you're chosen by them, and it feels like you're either working up to a commitment together or you're recommitting to each other in December, because you're redefining what does our future look like and how can we make it work so that we're both invested, you know, no one's arms being twisted, we're both ready for this, and we're both taking this seriously. And it's not all serious conversations. The 6 of Cups is here to say that there's some beautiful moments here in your love life happening in December. A strong feeling of emotional connection and feeling seen for who you are. And as a Taurus, whatever your placement is, it feels like this is really heartfelt, pure, wholesome connection. Like someone really connecting with your inner child and just seeing you and loving you, cherishing you for who you are, which is really what Taurus's love language is, let's be honest. So I do see some beautiful core memories happening in December for you. And I think that it's stirring up this desire to, you know, make sure that you're taking whoever's making you feel like this seriously for the right reasons. But I also think there's no point in rushing it. There's no point in obsessing over it and trying to really finesse the fine print for now. Just enjoy the moments for what they are, the experiences for what they are, and have those conversations about the future so that you're both on the same page. That's what I'm seeing for you, Taurus. I hope that was helpful. Let's move over to Virgo now. Can't believe we're there already. Well, it's been nearly an hour, but I don't know. It just feels like I've... There's always more to say. There's always more to say. Like I'm forever having to cut myself off. But we got to move forward because I can feel my voice more than anything getting tired and needing a break. I haven't done one of these in so long. Let's have a look at you, Virgo. What can you expect in the month of December? Spirit, what can Virgo expect in the month of December? I'm going to move this over a little bit. There we go. Okay. We have Mandrake coming out, which is sensuality. This is also the number 45, and we have Neptune and Venus at the top. To be honest, this feels more like Taurus energy, but I love to see it in your sign, sweet souls. Sensuality is about enjoying yourself and experiencing pleasure, or you could even just take pleasure out of it. It's just about experiencing through your senses. And don't test me here, but I'm going to have to list them, aren't I? So we've got sight with your eyes, ears for hearing, your nose for smelling, your lips or mouth for tasting, touching. I want to say with your skin, because to me, sensuality isn't just about the senses. It's not just about seeing. It's like observing, right? And with your hands, it's not just about touching, it's about feeling through your skin. And with your ears, it's about really taking in what that sound does for you. So this is an interesting month for you. It's encouraging you to be more present. It's encouraging you to indulge, to enjoy yourself, to, have those moments where you're focusing on what's happening right here, right now, and trying not to get too worried about the future. In your YouTube Shorts reading, it felt like you were thinking miles ahead. Like you were already thinking about next year's Christmas. And the people around you are going, Virgo, we haven't even had Christmas this year, and you're already thinking about next year. So I like that this is your main theme, because I think it's encouraging you to just stay in the moment, really ground yourself in the moment. At the back of the deck is Cat's Claw, which is purification, number 25, Mars and Pluto. So again, strong themes here of, well, actually it's reversed. So instead of purifying, you're being encouraged to kind of embrace the grit. You're being encouraged to identify the messiness, the chaos, the dysfunction, and to let it happen, because it's not... I want to just go ahead and assume it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's not going to end everything. It's just a stain on your white t-shirt. Like, breathe. You got this. And don't get me wrong, if it was my white t-shirt, I would be... Yeah. So I understand. But that's the kind of reference that came to mind, is like, it's not that deep. You've got this. Life happens. You're human. That's the whole point. It gets messy. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's not supposed to always have structure and order. Sometimes the chaos is beautiful. And your version of chaos is not utter dysfunction, although it feels like that for you. Your version of chaos is more those moments that aren't scripted, that don't have a sense of structure or order. They just flow. And you are a mutable sign, but I think that the earth impact in your energy makes you want that order. So let's have a look at what's going on here. Spirit, what's happening in December for Virgo? How is this their main theme? What's going on in December? Look at these cards. It's like being very specific about what comes out. We have the Ten of Cups coming out first, and it is reversed. Hi, Lilybet. Welcome. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to use the Nightmare Before Christmas deck, and I only just realized that I've been using this deck instead. But thank you for that sweet compliment, and I appreciate you for dropping in. Look after yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. We have the Knight of Cups reversed as well. Maybe this was meant to be for earth signs, because this kind of feels more like your energy, these cards. We have the Sun reversed. What is going on for Virgo, Spirit? We have the Hermit. There you are. I think you came out for yourself in the YouTube reading too. I could be wrong. I feel like you did. All right. What's going on? I might actually shuffle the Astro Dice here for you as well. Oh, wow. 6th house up the top. Leo energy down the bottom. What is going on? Sixth house is your energy again. Strong ties to your energy just because it's about work, it's about harmony, it's about health. There's a lot that happens in every house, but for you, being next to sensuality, I think that in December, there's a strong sense of you trying to maintain your equilibrium, your balance, right? Again, trying not to let other people pull you into things. But what they're trying to pull you into feels like it's good for you. Like it's actually soul-soothing relaxation time, and you're going, stop it. You're going to throw me off balance. And you're feeling very tested because honestly, sweets, this feels like when someone projects their own love language onto you. It feels like when someone says, trust me, you're going to love it. And you're like, oh, this is what you like doing. Like, why are you making me do the things that you like doing? And isn't that just what the holidays are about? It's literally when you, being around people who you're connected to by family, by blood, by marriage. Like you feel forced to be there sometimes. And so you feel forced to do things that they want to do, but you have your own thing. This is going to be about compromise, but it's also going to have to be about you finding time and ways to get your needs met. I'm seeing a huge emptiness of connection here, and yet you're surrounded by people. Like, make that make sense. There's so many people around you, and I don't see many of them checking in with you and going, how are you, Virgo? Well, I'm actually great too. Thanks for asking. This is what I've been up to. Like, excuse me, you didn't even give Virgo time to talk. It feels like the kind of situation where you want that connection. Oh my gosh, I just hit this before I could even read it. Did anyone see what it was? I'm pretty sure it was Uranus. I'm pretty sure it was Uranus. I was so focused on these two that I didn't even touch that. Maybe it got bumped for a reason. I don't know. Weird things happen like that in these live streams, but you also get to see more of my clumsiness in these live streams as well. But it just kind of feels like you're getting lost in other people's wishes, wants, and needs. So with the King of Swords at the back of the deck here, I can't help but feel like this is you really trying to be diplomatic, to be fair, right? To be balanced for the good of everybody. That's what the King of Swords says, for the good of everybody. And it could be because of the situations that you're in. Lots of different people, lots of different opinions, lots of different personalities, ways of doing things. And so here you are in the middle, trying to be fair, trying to be the judge, trying to make sure that, you know, everybody's heard and seen. And it just makes me wonder what's going on for you, because down here this Leo energy reversed tells us that you're not feeling seen, you're not feeling recognized, appreciated. And you're an incredible person because, first of all, Virgos have a really beautiful way of showing up for people, of being very generous, giving, and constantly having to recheck themselves to make sure that they're not overdoing it, because they can selflessly give so many times before they realize, geez, this person is taking advantage of me. And on top of that, your life experiences make you incredibly intelligent and wise. You're the Hermit card for a reason. But in this situation, what I'm seeing is people are using the way that you see things, the way that you play as peacemaker, without actually appreciating what you have to say, the reason why you do this. Like, they're not appreciating your values, they're not appreciating your experience, they're not appreciating where you're coming from. They're just sort of going, yeah, Virgo's got that, Virgo can handle it. And so I think that in December, it's up to you to really be your own voice, to stand up for yourself, to look after yourself, And to also make sure that in this situation, I don't know, just be careful about choosing sides and be careful about getting carried away with other people's wants and needs for you. I don't know if I can actually say that, because I think that this is just what your family is like, for example, or this is just what the holidays are like for you. So what I would encourage you to do, and whether this was Uranus or not, it is similar to the Knight of Cups reversed and the Sun reversed. You really need to, in December, look after your well-being, prioritize your mental health, and find time to connect with people who feel you, who see you, who have time for you. And if there is a loved one who you want more from, please find a way to communicate that. Say, hey, mum, I'm just bringing up mum because there's a paternal energy here. There's a parent and child relationship being highlighted here. And find a way to communicate and say, I really want to talk to you about this when you have the chance. Because you've got nothing to lose either way, but you do have something to gain. If that person can give you some time, some attention, some connection, some, space, it's going to help you feel a lot better about the way that the holidays are going, the way that December is going. Otherwise, it's just going to push you into recluse, and it just makes you feel like you're really living out that Virgo stereotype where people are like, oh, Virgos are just so boring. They don't do anything. They just sort of sit at home. It's like, no, because you didn't make that Virgo feel seen and heard when they did show up. You didn't create a safe corner, a safe space for that Virgo in your home. Everybody talked over Virgo. Everybody expected Virgo to drop them home at the end, and everybody expected Virgo to clean up and to cook. So I really think you need to find your voice and find a safe person to communicate to here with your overall theme. What is happening in love? Dare we ask? Should we look at love first? I think we should, and then we'll look at money. I did money first for the other two, but I kind of want to know how this connects to your romances. Romances? Well, listen, you might be having multiple romances. Let's have a look. I don't know, with this energy, I feel like you just need that one solid, loyal, loving supporter. Like, too many people is just too complicated in this holiday season. What is going on for Virgo, Spirit? All right. Oh, we have the Cancer energy reverse, Chariot. What is happening for Virgo in love in the month of December? Okay, we do have a card flipped. The Lovers card reversed. I'm just going to flip these back and then we'll keep shuffling. Yeah. What else can you tell us about December in love for Virgo? We have the Four of Wands reversed. Is it reversed? Yeah. Oh my gosh, my video is so far behind. I hope you can see. Yeah, that was good. All right, and we also have the Four of Pentacles. At the back of the deck is the Six of Wands, and it is upright. I'm going to have a quick sip of my tea while I let this sink in. Spirit, is there anything else you can tell us about their love life? And let me not bump it now. We have 3 South Node, but it's actually North Node reversed, and we also have Gemini. Interesting. Let's have some tea. I mean, notice the synchronicities. We have 2 6s, 2 4s. We had the 6th house in the first part of your reading. Don't think we had another 4 though, or another 6, did we? I was so focused on the message I didn't see the numbers, but I do feel like these even numbers are here for a reason. There's a strong sense of focusing on the right people for the right reasons, because you don't have a lot of energy. And when it comes to love, there's this strong feeling of vetting people, whether they've been in your life or it's a new love interest, vetting them based on how they show up for you. As someone who is prone to overgiving and people pleasing, it's really important with the Six of Wands here that you let your love interest show up for you. Let them show you that they're interested, show you that they're prepared to give as much as they expect. And this Six of Wands is really about recognition. If you're not getting seen overall, don't let that become a pattern romantically, because your romances and your relationships reflect how you show up for yourself. And I think what's beautiful here is this strong awareness in your love life of, you need to give as much as you expect. And this is the energy coming out of you, a strong sense of confidence. I have beautiful qualities. I'm generous, I'm patient, I can be very supportive, sometimes enabling. I'm passionate when I want to be. I'm excitable when I want to be. Like, you can give a lot. So it's really important that you expect a lot in return as well. And there's this strong feeling of like, what can you give me coming through in your love life energy in December? What can you give me? And so I think with this Six of Wands, at the very least, you're feeling very appreciated by a love interest. This is a strong sense of getting compliments, showing up for you in a physical way, complimenting your appearance and making you feel like they're remembering things that you've said. Your love language is being addressed in your love life in December. So let's have a look at the other energies. Whether you're single or in a relationship, I do feel like December for love is about trying not to make things too complicated. Look at that 3 reversed and the Chariot reversed. The 3 to me is about expansion, but it's also the 3rd house. It's about communication. It's about interconnectedness. And, in the holiday season or in December, this would be about meeting their friends, meeting their family, if you've just started seeing them. With this reversed and the Chariot reversed, it could feel like you've chosen to be more family oriented. This holiday season, you've chosen to spend more time with your family. They've chosen to spend more time with their family. You're trying not to make things too complicated. If you're single, you're trying not to start something serious this time of year. And I think with the Chariot reverse, this is also about protecting yourself emotionally. Let's be honest. You're a Virgo. The Cancer energy is here reversed. You don't want to feel like your feelings have been hurt, because part of you would love for this person to show up so you can show them off. But if they can't, you don't want to experience that personal setback, so that personal disappointment. So you're not planning for it in the first place. You're actually saying, I think we should just, take things slow over the holidays. I think we should just focus on our families and our friends for this holidays period. And I do think that the Cancer energy reversed is a reflection of a certain fear of wanting more than what you feel you can have in December when it comes to love. You actually want more, but you don't want to put too much pressure on your love life, on your love interest, on your partner, and you don't want to feel disappointed. So that seems to be what's happening here. With the Lovers card reversed and this dice. So this dice is actually North Node, but it came out reversed, so it has more South Node energy. I do think that you're avoiding some very important conversations about your future here. I think that we're seeing you, again, struggling to find your voice when it comes to love. We're seeing you jump to conclusions in your head instead of communicating and getting the real bare facts. We're also seeing you start conversations and anticipating the outcome. So it's not a fair, open-hearted, genuine moment. It's more of a, again, you're like doing more internally and not letting your love interest show you who they really are. Whether that's about you picking up the slack instead of saying like, hey, I'm actually really stressed out. I didn't have a great day today. My family gathering didn't go very well. Can you cook dinner, please? You know what I mean? Like there's certain conversations that are lacking. You're just going in and going, okay, I'm going to figure it out myself. Don't worry about it. And that's part of your love language, depending on your Virgo placements. Virgos have that love language where they want to help, but you need help. And when it comes to love, it's like you're not letting them help you. You're not letting your love interest, even in some cases, connect with you. There may be someone you're interested in and you're not even talking to them because you don't want to suffer that embarrassment of them not reciprocating your crush, or you don't want to talk to them about spending some time together over the holiday period because you can't fathom how you could handle that rejection. And even though you may really want to talk about these things, you shut yourself down before they even leave. So there's some big choices, actions, conversations about your future that need to be had, but they're being filtered. They're being restrained. And is this a problem? Technically, no, sweet souls. Life happens the way it is meant to. If it is meant to happen, it will happen. But it's good to be aware of this happening in December, because if you can't honestly be yourself, and if you can't honestly feel supported by the people around you, then that really questions everything of why you're in those rooms. You know, you're a beautiful person. For Mandrake to be here, you have so much to offer. And December is about enjoying those moments, staying present, finding ways to really embrace those experiences without shutting down and feeling like you're not a part of it. So when it comes to love, with the Four of Wands reversed, I do wonder if in this situation, this is a part of slowly pushing yourself out of a comfort zone that you've gotten into. You're aware that this is happening, but we already know December's going to be a big month for everybody. For you, it's also about choosing your battles and trying not to push yourself too far. So when it comes to love, whether you're single, interested in someone, in a situationship, in a relationship, the Four of Wands reversed is about just sort of slowly like pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, testing the waters, testing the energy. How does this make me feel? Where does this sort of lead to for me? Sorry that was cut off. I just saw that. I'm going to hold it lower now. Where does this lead to for me? What does this trigger? Because you don't want to just feel triggered on all fronts. That's not helpful. But you do need to be, you deserve, should I say, to feel more seen, more appreciated. And that's why we have the Six of Wands here. It is possible in December for you to feel like a love interest is seeing you, is paying attention, is showing up for you, is interested in you in the same way that you're interested in them. As long as you're having those honest conversations and finding your voice, which is also why we have Gemini here. Communication, interest, curiosity. And instead of it being one big conversation that feels like an ultimatum, make it an ongoing discussion where it's not about who's right and who's wrong. It's about sharing truthful, honest thoughts. So with the Four of Pentacles, your love life overall in December has this strong feeling of, gaining strength. There's either, it's dual, sorry. Your self-confidence is gaining strength. Your ability to speak up and to be vulnerable is slowly gaining a sense of strength, like you're getting better at it. And whoever you're interested in and talking to or in a relationship with, they're also finding ways to listen to what you're saying. By the end of December, what you need to ask yourself is it enough? And that's really where we leave your love life. At the end of December, whether this is someone you have a crush on, someone that you're dating or seeing or talking to, or in a relationship with, by the end of December, is it enough? Is what you've done and what they've done enough to help this connection move forward? Or are we still looking at the bare minimum here? And what does that mean for the new year? And that's where it comes back to this energy in the beginning of really tapping into the possibilities by being more present, by being more aware of what is happening in front of you. What does that mean for your future? And with the cat's claw energy here, purification, addressing the chaos and dysfunction for what it is. Don't just gloss over it, try to figure it out too quickly. Identifying it for what it is, embrace it for what it is so that you can understand exactly what is happening instead of just trying to fix it and get through it too quickly. That's what I'm seeing for you, Virgo. I'm going to have to end your reading here and I'll have to end the live stream here, but I appreciate you all for showing up for me. Thank you so much for tuning in and for exchanging energy with me. Until we meet again, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Look after yourselves. Have a beautiful December month. Bye.